Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood, this is SoFloRadio.com.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Show on the radio. I got some really cool guests today. Of course, my little Yoko Ono wife here, Caroline Santee. She's here for the last time. She's going back to Ireland, so we'll say goodbye to her today for just a couple of months, right, honey? All right, today we are all about the theater of vampires, and we have a special guest, lead vampire Dracula himself, Dominick Daniel. Welcome, Dominick. Shall I bring you some of this happiness?
Leave some of that happiness you bring, my friend.
You know, I haven't seen happiness. No, never mind. We won't go into that right now. Also, we got sitting in with us Mr. George Rodriguez. Anybody?
Hello there. I need an acting name. I need a cool acting name, like Dominic. Dominic and Darcy, they all have cool acting names.
I'm Marlon Rodriguez.
Can you be Sven something?
I'm going to have to make it up. Is that your real name?
Yes, it is.
Really? Wow, man. You're lucky. Lucky. My name is boring in 2 languages, so I got to come up with a showbiz name.
Why don't you be boring, your last name with B-O-O-R-A?
Yeah, I don't want it to sound, I don't want it to rhyme with boring. Much less be boring.
George, you're anything but boring, that's for sure, especially when you're playing Renfield on Theater of Vampires.
That's the real George.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're really looking forward to that. That suggestion to have George Rodriguez play Renfield was from Caroline, and I go, damn, that's a good idea.
I'm going to change my name to Renriquez.
Yeah, Renriquez.
There you go.
That's
good. That works.
There. So what do you think when we brought George over and he just kind of winged it off the cuff there?
It worked out really nicely. I mean, who we had originally was Willie, who he made it his own, and now he's transferred over to Nosferatu, who brings a whole other type of Nosferatu that people won't be accustomed to. But George came in and brought a nice, almost like a comedic element to it, but still keeping within the character, and it works well for the show. Because the show, it's a whole different show from what we did originally in Cinema Paradiso. So that energy and the cast of people that you have is, it's just a bonus.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and we got a lot of stuff to talk to you about, your character, and a whole bunch of stuff that you've been doing in the South Florida area and other places, Dominic. But first, I want to focus on George here. George, Renfield is like, you've studied the character. He's like a bug-eating kind of
fan of all the Dracula movies, especially the original. Well, I don't know. That wasn't the first Dracula movie, I guess, is the one with
Nosferatu.
With Boris Karloff. Nosferatu was, but there was no Renfield in that.
No, there wasn't.
No, but everybody remembers the Renfield from the Dracula movie. That was Boris Karloff, right?
No,
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi, yes. But the whole Renfield, the eating of the bugs and everything, and
you seen there's a bunch of different.
It'd be very easy to just imitate that character, very easy. But that's also a little unoriginal, I think.
Well,
so,
I don't know.
There have been a lot of different Renfields.
A lot of different Renfields. Which is your favorite?
That one. Certainly that one.
The
that
one
was
from
the
Lover's First Bite with George Hamilton. That was the best one.
Artie Johnson? Was that?
Yes.
That was a very great movie.
So have you done any research? I mean, have you eaten any bugs or anything like that?
Not more than usual, you see, because I have, bug quota, bugs and worms and spiders. It's protein.
I understand you'll be serving bugs and worms
I
that
hope
night.
so.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Is it in the budget? Are we allowed?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I just had one in the car.
What's the bug budget for this production?
Yeah.
Here, so, do I have to bring my own bugs?
No,
or
no.
will they
Bugs will be provided for you. Yes.
By the production team.
That's right.
I just had one on my smoothie on the way
Yeah,
over.
she did. She had a big spider.
I was like, oh my God. I was
Yeah.
freaking out
Did
in
they
the car.
charge extra for that?
Welcome
I
to
told her it was
Florida.
protein, but she wasn't buying it.
Sure,
No.
crunchy protein.
Yeah.
He
What was one of those
he
real
crunched
soft
it.
spiders, the ones that are deadly? That's.
Okay.
I didn't tell her that though until now. So.
Oh, really? Thank you, honey.
You're fine, sure, honey. All right, so really looking forward to this weekend, man. We've been putting a lot of work into getting this production ready. Theater of Vampires opens up this weekend for a whole month's run at the Abyss Theater. Erin Dalton's great young lady. She's been in the South Florida theater business for quite a while
She
here.
was part
You've
of the
worked with her.
Soul- Yeah, she was part of the Soul Theater Company, and then she and Jeff created the Infinite Abyss Theater Company. We worked out of the Empire Stage, and Erin's amazing. She brings experience, a talent, and an energy. That's
Energy.
bar none.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
bar none. So
Yeah.
her new location is great. It's in Wilton Manors.
Yep, 2304, I believe, is the
2304 North Dixie Highway.
Right,
yes.
right.
So that's her space.
That's her
there?
space,
She runs
yes.
that?
sure is.
She
yeah.
uses an art gallery. To do exhibitions for arts, performance, theater. So yeah.
Yep. And we're opening this Saturday, this week, Friday and Saturday for the next whole month of March here, and that's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
We've got
the audience is, in my opinion, I think we would all agree that it is a different show, and the energy. Now that we've broken the fourth wall, we're interacting with the audience. Being that the space is black box and it's much more intimate, it lends itself to incorporating the audience in there. Like at the cinema.
Right.
It was so big, and
Cinema Paradiso.
and you needed big personalities for that show, and we had that. Here, you kind of have to bring it down because everything's amplified because the audience is like feet in front of you,
Right.
And you're with them. So
Yeah, it's a different show.
Oh,
so
very much so.
if
Same
you've
story,
seen
but
it-
different people and different energy altogether. Dynamics have changed.
different
360.
characters.
I really like the idea of the random, unprovoked attacks on the audience
Yes.
that we're all going to be engaging
Yes,
in.
especially you, George. That's basically your job.
That's why they pay their
Sure,
tickets.
sure.
Going to be doing that, throwing
Jumping
bugs.
out from behind things. That was formerly, used to do that a lot, but now we actually get to attack them
Yeah.
with wet socks.
There could be blood.
Yeah, there could
He
be.
practices out of the
There will
wardrobe.
be blood.
Donation by
It's
Rico.
great. Soap in socks, and then we
Yeah.
let them. Yeah, it's gonna,
Yep, there'll be all that kind of stuff and more, because not only do we have a great cast, some really cool people who we'll name and talk about here, but a great looking video that goes along, because this is a transmedia production, meaning that the actors are working on stage with live video at the same time. And not only that, but we have live special effects going on at the where on stage a live special effect. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you have a picture of
The Maleficarum.
the Maleficarum.
Do we have that on there?
It's a picture. I don't see it. Nope, that's not it. That's Dominic. That's all right. We got some. Well, you just got to come and check it out. It's like basically a portal
An
to
archway.
hell that has some really cool effects when people come through it, and I think it's going to be pretty amazing to see it
it has
live.
lasers.
Lasers. That's
Like-
right. Mm-hmm. Laser vortex.
It's a very high-tech production over here, just from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's like a
it's gonna be
Kiss
awesome.
concert. A
Yeah,
lot of
it is.
smoke and lasers.
A lot
and
of beautiful
stuff
vampires.
Fire, because some of us breathe fire.
It'll be
from both ends.
sans
Yeah.
fire, simulated.
It's funny because it's true. I'm a fire breather.
Yes, as a matter of
twirl
fact,
fire baton and breathe
we
fire.
have two
That videos.
characters that are fire breathers, by the way, or fire
Handlers?
spinners,
Really?
handlers. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Craig.
Craig's
I spin fire,
And
breathe
George.
it, spin fire
Mhm.
baton,
And George,
fire
really?
poi. Sure.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
great at it, but the fire breathing, I do all right. But
Give
the,
him an
the
open
other stuff is
space.
really just more like a prop to introduce the fire so that then I can then breathe it.
No, and when you say you're not great at it, I mean your face is not horribly disfigured, so you must be.
No,
pretty
not
good.
yet, but I'm working on it. I'm just trying to see how close I can get my face to the fire, my fire to the face before I become my own character in a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly.
No prosthetics needed.
It's called Fireface.
So we got one more big rehearsal tonight. Then we're gonna show up there in costume and all our effects going and all the cool music. Really looking forward to that. Tell me, Dominic. You and I met. We've been both living down here in the South Florida scene, music scene, but we never really met each other. But I was back in the 90s and 80s, and I know that there was this great band called the Livid Kittens, one of the great original bands around here that you were involved in. And you played the drums in that band, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes, and I know we opened up our show with a Livid Kittens song here.
Yes, that was Undertow from the last CD that we did, and the Kittens were quite legendary in their time there because we played shows with Manson, and we were part of kind of the same circle. There was the Mavericks, and there were all these different bands, and there was a great music scene, as you remember, in the '90s. I mean, there were clubs everywhere for original bands to play.
Yes, sir.
Now you'd be hard pressed to find one.
Really?
It's sad, really, because there's a lot of talented musicians out there and a lot of good groups that need to be heard and seen, and they need a place for it.
Culture Room, and I'm done. Is it?
That's pretty much it. No, there's the Poorhouse. There's that.
Sure,
There's
right,
Churchill's
the Poorhouse.
Hideaway, which is still, it's like RCBGBs. It's
Isn't
still,
that going away though?
No, it's there. It's got new ownership, but
I
think they've kept to the tradition
good.
of what was.
Yeah, I
originally
was
done.
hearing rumors too, but they're going to keep the
Excellent.
graffiti on the bathrooms, which is
good.
If they paint over that, I'm not going back ever.
Yeah, why would they do
Hopefully the
that?
Some of my
bathrooms work.
graffiti up in there.
So the Livid Kittens comprised of who was in that band?
There was Paige Harvey, our vocalist. There was David Akian on bass and Francis Castile on guitar. Francis Cass, and then myself. But they went through many drummers. I think I was drummer number 7. They were kind of like a Spinal Tap. Their drummers kind of
blow
went
up
real quick. Yeah, pretty much.
Simultaneously blew up.
So I was with them for about 3 years.
By the
And,
word is spontaneously, not simultaneously.
Yeah.
Spontaneously blew up. Yeah.
But no, great band. Really, really loved them. I mean, the last show we did was at the Culture Room opening up for the New York Dolls.
Wow,
And,
that must have been fun.
And they would open up for Iggy Pop, and our sound lended itself to that Detroit Iggy and the Stooges, Detroit Cobras kind of sound. But I always said we were like Blondie meets the Ramones.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I was back in that day. I used to play in
Black Janet.
Black Janet. Yep, back then with the Manson people and all that. You ever played Squeeze?
Played Squeeze,
That
played
was
the
a
Plus
great
5, played the
Been
Button
to Squeeze.
South. All those places, which are all gone now.
Yeah, they are. Hey, George, how long have you been in the area? I know you've been here for quite a while,
Well,
right?
off and on, came to Florida as a little refugee child in 1969.
The little boat from Cuba?
Inner tube.
Inner tube, of course,
and a plank. We rode with a plank. I like to say bleach bottle raft. We fastened a bunch of bleach bottles to a bunch of driftwood,
Right.
and just kind of floated over on that. No, it was I flew
So
over.
you were up at a little upper echelon there, because if you have an inner
classy. Well, it
tube,
took us a long
but
time.
you put a plank on yours.
Yeah, it was a very comfortable plank. Also, I know I flew over on an airplane, but that was in 1969. But then
I like the other story better.
I went to elementary school here, but then I went to North Carolina, Montana, lived a lot of years there, and then came back. So it's when I came back, which was 1986. I want to say it was when I started to feel out what was going on down here musically and in the clubs, and that's when I started going to places like that. Not hardcore like a lot of people did. It was still very country bumpkin, but I had some friends that were familiar with the area that took me to South Beach and other places, and in Fort Lauderdale. So we got to see some things.
Mm-hmm. And how'd you get your start in radio? Where were you interested in radio?
Well, that happened in Montana, and ironically, or I guess I was in a summer theater troupe during the Montana's cold much of the time, but beautiful summers. Their summers are like our winters over here, very, very wonderful. And some friends of ours, some friends of mine, had reconstructed sort of an old ghost town, and with a theater in the middle of it that was actually a barn once upon a time. And all of us who were interested in being a part of the theater troupe actually took part in building a theater inside this barn. And everything inside the barn was kind of makeshift.
Right.
The benches for the audience were all just nailed together by us, and they had real antique headboards were the backs of them, like from beds. So each bench looked like kind of like a bed that you sat in, but it was not. But it was a bench, but it all had headboards. The stage lights were coffee cans cut in half. There at the base of the stage that we just all painted, and everything was painted by us. And that was the central piece of the ghost town called Montana City. And then the buildings surrounding it, there was pretty much just, it was surrounded by facades. Where you could look in the windows and see, like at the doctor's shop or the general store and everything, and see how everything was, and with genuine antiques all laid out. The only building that you could actually go into was the theater. So at the end of it all, you would go to the theater, and then they put on shows. They the melodramas, song and dance numbers, some comedy, but it was all 1890s themed. So kind of
cool.
the kind of things that you would see in the frontier towns.
Sure.
At the theaters of these towns. It was they
That's
tried in a very low budget way to try to recreate the experience that you would have if you lived in one of these western towns.
Wow.
And one of the other people in our troupe was a DJ at the local radio station, and he was looking for someone to fill in for him so that he could take an extended vacation. And he was only asking specific everyone in town. Everyone in town. You want to be a DJ? He'll be a DJ, and nobody really took him seriously. And I was just back up there from graduating high school down here. I hated it down here at the time. I hated it down here. Very fish out of water. So I was flipping burgers at a place called Sonny's with a U. And the radio job also paid minimum wage. So it was a choice. For me, it was a choice between smelling like pickles or a career in show business for the same amount of money. But I thought I'll go home and my fingers won't smell like pickles and onions. And that was very important to me because I really like pickles and onions, and I was starting to hate just the smell and the sight of pickles and onions, because you owned that for the rest of the day and half of the next if you made
a real important decision
made
in your
burgers
life
all day
then.
long. And it's like, well, I get to sit inside and not smell like pickles and onion. I get to be a DJ, which I thought how hysterical is that, because I was always under the impression that you had to go to a college, you take a course, have a background, you know, all these things that other people think. And it's like, I didn't know you just walk into a radio station from the street with no experience at anything.
Hey, that's what I did.
Paperboy and burger flipping, those were my job. Weed pulling for the next door neighbor, that was my resume. And so we cut you know, my friend Mike was a puker. We all made fun of the way that Mike talked, you know, the DJ's real puker. So he sits me in front of a microphone to make my demo tape, and hands me a couple of pieces of copy. One was a commercial, I think it was for JCPenney, and a weather forecast. And he goes, "Here, read these things." And I go, "Kootenai Valley in my normal voice. I'm like, "Kootenai Valley forecast calling for." And he goes, no, use your theater voice, project, because we didn't have any amplification in that theater. So the lady, Sharon, who was our director and the owner of the property, she really drilled projecting, and using your diaphragm and speaking from down here, and again, you know, basically being loud without yelling and all that. So that if we had any kind of training at all, it was in that, because you couldn't hear people in the back of the theater unless you really projected. And if you were yelling instead of projecting, she would stop and say, "That's not right. That's not projecting. You're just yelling." Right. And so, really, you want me to use my theater? You want me to use my theater voice? And he goes, "Yeah, well, you use your theater voice." So I'm not taking any of this seriously. You understand? Right. So I go, "Kootenai Valley forecast calling for partly cloudy skies and a 30% chance of precipitation over the next." Yeah, like really sarcastic. I was just really sarcastic in my theater voice, my comedy voice. I'm Walter Cronkite,
which is perfect.
And anyway, the general manager said, "He's excellent. He's excellent." I'm laughing the whole time. Really, he wants to meet you tomorrow.
And now a brilliant career started after that.
Amazing how that most of the things, the good things that happened to me in my life happened completely by accident. I just backed up and tripped and fell on my ass right into, you know, a bucket of something good. Yeah. I'm just waiting for it to happen, you know, again. Yeah. Again would be nice. You know, I tripped and fell yesterday roller skating. I think I bruised a rib or something over here. So if I look pained, it's because
work it into the show.
It only hurts to breathe. It's a good thing I don't do that, but, you know, a couple times a minute.
We won't give you
the
any
pained
slack
look.
for that.
Oh,
We don't care about pain.
No.
We'll be
The
there.
show must go on because same thing in radio. Show business is show business. The show
All
must
right,
go
so
on.
you're looking forward to getting back on the stage,
I'm
huh?
a big fat slab of ham. In case
You
haven't
are.
noticed.
He is a big fat slab of ham.
The greasy slab of ham. And sure, it's its own reward.
That's great.
Hamming it up for an audience.
How about you? You looking forward to getting back into the Dracula role?
Yeah. It is. It's a great character. I mean, now that we've the first time we did, it was a one-nighter. So now spending more time with him, and we have different nights to perform. I can find different nuances with it. So I enjoy that.
Well, we got a cool new look for you here.
Yeah, we got. He's got
the
the D'Artagnan look
there's
now.
Couple of
That's
really
what he's going for. There you go.
interesting,
That's amazing.
looks there. You look pretty dashing. I think is a good word for it.
I
right?
I like the new look. It changes him up and it gives him a more darker edge than what.
I think he's got a little more balls this
Yeah,
time. don't you think, you know?
yeah. Well, I was still finding my footing, to be honest. Even the first
Right.
time run, it was like what to do with this guy because you don't want to do what everybody's already seen.
Too Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of want to make it your own.
fangs with blood and a big gigantic,
Well, what I use as a
cape.
reference for that, I use the actual Vlad the Impaler, and if anyone I can compare to was the Gary Oldman, because that was truthful to the character and how it was written, and not that I copied that, but that was more the way I wanted to go with it. I didn't want to do the Bela Lugosi or the George Hamilton or the Frank Langella and all the other Christopher Lee and all that. No, that was the one that I like.
Kind of funny that you mentioned those other ones because our production is kind of a spoof on all of the vampires.
Yeah, we quote certain films.
Films and things. And really our theme here is that we are vampires pretending to be human,
That are
pretending to be vampires. So that's we kind of spoof on all the vampires. So you take a little bit of the George Hamilton character or this and that, and
that's great. What's everybody done, the cast, and like you said, we'll go through the names of everyone. I mean, they bring their own element. Like Willie Lassant is now doing Nosferatu, and what he's given him a darker, more industrial Nosferatu
Let's see a couple pictures
as opposed
of the
to
Nosferatu character that we got going on
what
here.
the original guy did. There you go. There you go. And then there's our Vampira has her own sassiness, different than what people would remember.
Vampira.
That's Rachel Magnan, beautiful girl, and came in at the last moment, and she rocked it. She owns it.
Yes. She's kind of like a last minute type of thing where we had to, because we were still casting just a couple of weeks ago.
She became available, and we got very lucky. And and Julie took over the part of Sekhmet, I believe.
Sekhmet.
There you go.
Right.
Or Tex-Mex.
You got to throw that in there.
And she owns that part too. I mean, everybody's really. Every character they're playing is perfect there. And the one that real shout out to is Darcy Dixon, who's playing Elizabeth Báthory. Her amazing talent. You got very, very lucky with her.
Yes, I think you're right about that.
And the hard work she's doing with
amazing.
promotion and getting the show out there. She's a real dynamo.
She is awesome.
Yeah,
she
and her
really
talent
is.
is really something to come and see that, because that character is just so hard to do. I mean, it's a multiple personality with levels that shift from 0 to 100 in seconds.
Yep.
And she's got it.
She jumped right into it. And she has a kind of passion just for theater as well that she's not just learning her role, which is great and really owning it, but also jumping in as far as like the production goes and helping out, giving us suggestions, because she's very experienced in that way.
Well, she's L.A. and came back here, and she brings all of that knowledge from there, and it's beneficial for everyone. Because
so what's it like when you're an actor up there and, you have different people that you're working with, and they're putting on their characters, but then you have the levels of experience that they come in there. How is it for you? What do you look
it
for?
helps. I kind of prefer to find people with more experience, or they're better, because that raises you to that level and raises the bar. Not to say anything less of people who don't have the experience, because you can learn from them too. But on a scale like this, on a show like this, or any show that's you have a big cast, it helps as everybody's at the same level because you work off each other's ideas, you collaborate, and this is I can't say one of the few productions, but one production that stands out that everybody in the cast works as a team. The chemistry between all the people is just instant. It was magic. Everybody just as if we've already known each other and worked with each other. Some of us had, but the majority not, and it's worked out so beautifully for this show. And that's the treat. That's what I keep emphasizing, that the audience should come and see, because not only is that they're going to be part of the show, is to see the cast of talent that are on here, because a lot of these, some of them it's their first time being seen, others not, but just to see them in action and us together, it's magical.
Yeah, so we also offered to let out a little rope, so to speak, as far as like the ad-lib portion for you guys, because I mean, most of you have already done it once before.
Yeah.
And now we're in a different situation, and we got a smaller, more intimate atmosphere, and we're going to take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
And we're going to say, hey, let's ad-lib a little bit here. And that seems to be working really well, especially between you and a couple of the people.
Yeah, there's
Craig Million is doing a really
that
good
was the
job
one
of
who
that.
comes to mind. He's fallen into that really nicely, and I think he's in his element with that one.
Yeah,
I think when he got the green light to say, hey, we're going to go into the audience and interact, his eyes lit up, and he was already like a bull out of the chute, which is great, because he brings such an energy with what he does, and that's it's great to work with somebody like that, because he keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. He's young, and he's just full of energy, and he's really looking forward to that.
And I think it's great for everyone. Everybody some of us get to do it more, but and the improv is great. You got to watch that, because that can be an animal that gets out of control if
that's true.
If everybody if they don't know what they're doing. And also, if everybody wants to one up each other, it's not improv. Yeah. It's not that.
No, it's not.
It's not a stand up. It's
you got to make it smooth.
Yeah, it's got to be within what is in the context of what you're doing within the character, and not just improv, just to improv, because then it becomes a one man show, and that doesn't.
Well, I've watched it over and over again, and it looks like every time I see it, there's like, oh man, I can't wait to see what these two guys are going to do with this dialogue that.
Well,
is
that's
there
what I
for
told
them.
a lot of the actors that I'm working with, and told them is like, every night try to make it different. Even if it's the slightest thing, because it keeps it fresh for you. It keeps things interesting. If you do it every night the same way, fine, but it gets boring.
Yeah.
You gotta bring that
boring
element.
For you, it's going to be boring for the audience.
Like I told
well.
Craig, I was like expecting unexpected, because I'm going to do things with you and that aren't scripted or.
He took to that pretty quickly, didn't he?
He took to it like
not afraid at all.
No, like duck to water. That one. He was like, okay, and I'm like, great, but. That's what you want from another actor, because you got each other's backs up there. You fall, one of us is going to pick you up. You can't be alone.
Yeah, and I think George going to give you a bunch of rope to play with.
Hang yourself.
Well,
I like rope.
That's called subtext. I left that out.
Sure. Can't wait, especially the messing with the audience part. Speaking of video, didn't Dominick bring a video clip or something like that? Or am I confused? I just wanted to make sure that we didn't forget to play his video.
No. We're going to focus on some of the different talents and roles that you've played in the past. There was a whole bunch of stuff that we've done together.
The one that I brought was one that you came on the set with, was the Glass Agent Chronicles, about the Illuminati.
Right.
Christian.
Yeah, it's just a trailer now.
Yeah, it's just a
right?
trailer, sizzler, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. I got a gallery of all types of characters.
Yeah, not only that, but you're also an artist, and we have some pictures of your paintings.
Look at here.
Yeah, see right there, if you can see in the back there.
50 licks.
Right.
Yeah,
that's my 50th birthday present from Dominick. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take just a short little break right now at the bottom of the hour, and when we come back, we're going to play the trailer for what's it called again there, Dominick?
The Glass Agent Chronicles.
Glass Agent Chronicles, okay? So we'll take a short little break on SoFloRadio.com.
Here's the latest ratings you asked for. What is this? Where did all our listeners go?
SoFloRadio.com.
SoFlo, what channel is that on?
It's online, sir. It's Wi-Fi radio.
Oh, I see.
But what channel is it on?
Put your business on the leading edge of media advertising with the SoFloRadio.com network. Unlike antiquated AM or FM radio, your professionally produced 30 or 60-second ad will be heard live on SoFloRadio.com during the day and will be downloaded thousands of times a day on SoFloRadio.com, as well as being heard on our free podcasts on iTunes. Wi-Fi radio and Bluetooth are now available with BMW, Ford, GM Cars and Trucks. Don't get left behind. Contact SoFloRadio.com for details and our very affordable rates. SoFloRadio.com. Stay ahead of the game.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now. 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
Pizza Loft, if you wanna go Italian and see Jeff Cohen's ponytail. You'll have great Italian food that's made by a Jew who has lovely painted nails.
Hey, Donnie, how long we been on this deserted island?
A long time, Lonnie. So long I'm starting to fantasize about food.
Yeah, food from the pizza loft.
I sure could go for one of their gourmet pizzas right about now.
Or lasagna bubbling with cheese and oozing with tomato sauce.
Stop it. You're making me think of their great manicotti and sensational Italian sandwiches.
Yeah, but there's nothing to eat here unless you want to gnaw on this old lamp that washed up on shore.
Speak to me, guys. What can I do for you?
Hey, look, Donnie, a genie.
I'm no genie. I'm Jeff Cohen from the Pizza Loft.
Wow, Lonnie, all our dreams are coming true.
Okay. How about some great homemade pasta or calzones and lots of that homemade Italian garlic bread?
Pizza Loft does catering, Lonnie. They can cater this whole
island. Hey, wait a minute, Donnie. We only get 3 wishes, don't we?
Oh, no. At Pizza Loft, your every wish is my command.
Then how about $1 million? A dozen babes. A way to get us off this stinking island.
Sorry, guys. I only do Italian.
For lunch, for dinner, for office or home catering. Step up to flavor. Step up to Pizza Loft.
SoFloRadio.com. We take comedy seriously. SoFloRadio.com.
I think we're back. Yes. All right. So that was a pretty interesting premise that your friend, what's his name,
Christian Ramirez. Yes, he very talented guy, and he had this idea to do this, and we did the original short film version, and then he wanted to do a trailer to get a bigger budget for it. And I don't know what happened since after that. Nothing materialized.
I know he had some big people that were looking at it,
and I don't know what happened. You know, it's a shame because he's an extremely talented young man, and it's a really interesting concept that hasn't been done. I mean, it's been touched upon with the Da Vinci Code, but this was at a whole different level. Whole different level, yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully one day it'll come out, and you know, we'll see its light of day.
So you've done a number of films, some documentary things as well, where you played some historical figures, correct?
Yes, have I? Yeah, the documentary I played. You remind me that one. I'm not sure about that one.
You went down to the Keys or down the.
Oh yeah. Okay, it was a documentary. Yeah, it was more like a history thing. I played. Was it Ponce de Leon?
Right, Ponce de Leon.
Yes, and I also did.
I think you kept the little.
Yeah, and I did Salvador Dali.
Yeah, Salvador Dali. That must have been fun.
In Spain, so that's some interesting characters there. You know, I like people of history. I'm a big history buff, so I love reading about that and adding my own kind of thing to it.
You know, there's something that I heard. Not a lot of people know about you, Dominic. That our mutual friend, who we'll probably have to say hello to right now. Hello, Shar from Hoff. We're going to say hello. You know, we know that you do impersonations really, really well, and yes, and one of our favorites was Brando.
Oh, good
you do
Lord.
Brando at all?
Oh man, really?
Am I going to put you on the spot?
Rick, I don't know. I'd like to try. Is that fudge? I love fudge. You know, the fudge is just a fantastic,
great
piece of something to eat.
Thank you, Marlon. Okay, hey, listen, we're inviting everybody to call in right now. I think our phones are working now. Give us a call here at 954-990-0036. And call in if you're maybe one of our vampires might want to call in, okay? Let's see, I think we might have somebody on the line. Let's see.
Somebody there. Hello?
Anybody on the line there?
I'd like to talk to somebody on the phone.
Somebody want to talk to Marlon Brando?
Who's out there telling wants to talk to me? Did they bring something to eat?
Well, while we figure out the phones. We have, oh yeah. Hey, who's on the phone?
Rick Santisi. It's so nice to talk to you, my friend.
I bid you welcome.
I bid you welcome.
Well, listen, we have our one of our lead producer and top vampires, Mr. Riccardo Boccanegra, on the phone. Welcome.
The Black Mouth.
We bid you welcome. Please leave some of that happiness that you bring.
And I'm sure you will.
How's it going, my friend? What do you think?
It's going great. I'm just watching you guys on the tube and admiring Dominic and his handsome sunglasses.
Did you know that he could do Brando, or is that a revelation to you?
I did not know he could do Brando, but I'm sure that he's capable of many things. He's a top-notch actor.
I have my moments.
So you're really looking forward to this production, and what do you think is the big difference between this one and the first one that we did at the Cinema Paradiso in October?
Let me answer that before Rico says. Okay. Let everyone know that Rico will be playing Nosferatu on Friday night, so that is the difference.
Oh, that's right. Well,
son of a bitch.
Remember. And that's a treat in itself because the chemistry he brings, the two of us, that's magical. And to me, it's going to be an honor just to share that stage for that one night with Rico, and they're doing Nosferatu. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'll tell you, this was all pretty much Rico's idea, this whole theater of vampires thing here. I had very little to do with it, except for writing it and stuff like that. But
and directing, honey.
And all that, yeah. But Rico had the idea to put this together, and the first time we did it was very cool, very magical, but this time it's a little bit more intensive. What do you think is going to be the difference between this production and the last one, Rico?
Well, I would have to say, and I'm sure everyone there can agree with me, especially the ones who saw the first production, it would just be the actors themselves are just, and I love the first cast, don't get me wrong, but the actors of this go-around are just so amazing. Their ability to cue off each other, their ability to improv, their ability to stay in character, stay in the moment. I mean, this is really going to be a top-notch production, and anyone who comes out to see it will leave knowing that they got their money's worth because it really is a cast of amazing actors.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, certainly is. And we got some new special effects that we're going to be putting on, some live special effects too as well. I think those are looking pretty cool, don't you think?
Yeah, it was really great. Last night after rehearsal, we stayed behind flipped some switches, made the Maleficarum come to life. It was pretty amazing, and shout out to Jay, who just has gone above and beyond as well.
Yeah, Jay Bird, he is a guy that, we brought him in as principal photographer and videographer for most of the stuff that we're doing here, and he's come up with some really beautiful pictures. If you stay on the line for a second, I just want to show you this one picture of Julie as Sekhmet. And it's going to be not that one, the one right over to the right, that one there.
Look at that.
Can you see these pictures here? I mean, that's some pretty
There's
cool
about a
looking
20,
stuff.
30-second delay from when we switch to when he can see him.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, when you see this picture, you're going to see some of the beauty that we're going to bring to the stage here with the people and the production, the costuming. I mean, everybody really brings it to this production here.
That's the great thing is because it's such a small, intimate stage. The audience is not getting shortchanged. Nothing gets lost because they're seeing it right in front of them.
Yeah, Riccardo, what do you think about the intimacy of Abyss Theater here? What do you think we're going to do with that? How do you think that's going to go?
Well, I love a big theater, but when I lived in Los Angeles, I was actually used to performing in theaters that were that size. I love that intimacy. There's a lot more audience interaction. The audience feels more like they're a part of the performance. They're pulled into it. There will be times during the performance where the actors will interact with the audience, so that's some special stuff that's coming. But I love that personal space. I love the fact that there's not a bad seat in the house.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We're looking forward to that. I think all of our actors are looking forward to playing off the audience as well.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I am. I know that, and I know the other ones feel the same way too. It just opened up a whole floodgate of totally different dynamics, and it'll be real interesting. I'm looking forward to it. And that's the beauty of it, because every night will be different, because you don't know what the audience is going to do and what's going to happen. It's like being on a high wire without a net. And that's, to me, that's a thrill.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it myself, man. I'm pretty much ready to go. I got all my technical things ready. Working behind the scenes, playing video with you guys, with the Nosferatu stuff, and running the Maleficarum special effects, and I'm really looking forward to it. And one of the cool things is that we put George in there almost at the last minute here, he's like raring to go.
I'm like Spackle.
Yeah, he's like Spackle. Exactly. He just takes a little smoothing, a little painting, and
there you go.
You can't
Off
even
you
tell
go.
he's there.
A putty knife. I like it. I apply with a putty knife.
Yeah. So you like our cast? Our new cast is pretty awesome. Riccardo, we've worked really hard on putting this production together here. I'm really proud of it, and thanks for giving us a call. We're really looking forward to working on this thing. And this whole month of March, we'll be there at the Abyss Theater on Wilton Manors.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Rico.
All righty.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you tonight, all right?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
That's nice of him to call.
Riccardo Boccanegra of the Black Bats.
Yeah, he brings his own energy to everything he does.
Yeah.
He's quite a character.
He certainly does.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to take a slight little pause here because speaking of Riccardo Boccanegra and the Black Bats, we do have a world premiere of their latest song. I think this song is going to be the big hit for this band here, and they have graciously sent it to us. The song is called 24, and I think it's just a couple minutes long, and I think you're going to really enjoy this song. So let's listen to the Black Bats with 24.
You don't hear me when I say things to you. You stare into space, a blank look on your face. I'm not sure you're even alive.
It's all over, and you don't even care. And it's killing you, and it's killing me. There's just no way to make it better. Go now, nothing left to say. And you're giving up, and I'm giving in. We just need a little time. Listen to my point of view. 24 hours ago you said as we lay naked in my bed, would you do me one last time? Sorry I can't cross that line. Love again. It took 24 hours to fall for you, 24 hours to say we're through. Falling out of love again. It took 24 hours to fall for you, 24 hours to say we're through and we're through.
Wasn't so long ago that we would laugh for hours, talk till dawn. Now all you do is criticize, hang out with the guys, tell blatant lies. Now I can't believe a single word you ever say to me. I'm done with it, so take all your shit, get out and let me be. Falling out of love again.
It took 24 hours to fall for you, 24 hours to say we're through. Falling out of love again. It took 24 hours to fall for you, 24 hours to say we're through.
It took 24 hours to fall for you,
24 hours to say we're through. Falling out of love again. It took 24 hours to fall for you, 24 hours to say we're through. Falling out of love again. It took 24 hours to fall for you, 24 hours to say we're through.
All right, folks, we're back on. What do you think, man? I think that song is like a hit.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's got a
I
really
love the
cool,
bats.
like 80s vibe.
Nice melody to it.
What do you think, George? You like that song?
We stole it already. It's already part of the SoFlo Radio playlist.
Yeah, all right. That's great.
We only steal the choicest local artist music. But we stole Dominick's music already.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Right away.
talking about
It's
my
already part
artwork?
of the playlist. If it just comes into the studio or into my sphere of awareness,
It's yours.
we steal
It's
it.
yours.
ours.
Take it.
It's the digital world.
Hence he's wearing the anorak.
Count yourself lucky that you're thief worthy. You know.
So you got a new picture for your 50th birthday
I did.
there.
50, part of my
Dominick
studio
Daniel.
decor.
It's 50
I'm gonna
licks.
nail it up on the wall.
So Dominick, he acts. He can. He does impressions. Yeah,
It's
he plays the
amazing.
drums.
There ought to be a law.
There ought to be a law, and look how good looking he is.
Can I
That
just
really,
like a
that's
third
the
of
thing
that
that
talent,
pisses
and
me
you
off.
can just do the other 2/3. You know,
If I could
that's
just
not
have
right.
his abs, you know what I mean?
Oh, you could.
I told you what to do. You know?
It's all about the.
Yeah, but I
crunches.
just can't afford that surgery.
Yeah, well,
You could afford the other one.
My honey, like, don't tell her about that other one either, okay?
I'm going to talk to you later, George.
So let's talk a little bit about your other passion, which is painting. You find a lot of time that in between projects?
I do. Well, it's kind of like the break between scripts and whatever I'm doing. I can do just go early in the morning and come up with some ideas and just paint. And it just breaks a little, even if it's for 30 minutes.
Okay, well, I got one.
That is Birds of Fire that I did. It's again, I think about 2 weeks to do, not even, maybe a week and a half.
And what's your inspiration on those?
That's flight. I have a big thing when it comes to flight and birds, and I even got a tattoo of a phoenix on.
Great.
That I recently
you got a tattoo?
Yeah.
There's another thing I didn't know.
Yeah, I just got about 3
revealed on
No, it's on my ankle. It's on my ankle. By Vincent
ankle.
Vasconce at the Creepy Tiki Tattoo. The guy's a great guy. He was referred to me by my friend. And
well, that's fairly recent then, isn't it?
Yeah, about a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago. But I have a thing for flight. And you'll know some of my paintings, not a lot of ones that I submitted to you guys, but I do a lot of things with flight.
How about this one
That
here?
one is in Pete Townsend of The Who has that one.
He has that one?
He has that one, yes. I sent it to him about maybe a year and a half ago. And he sent me a thank you note for it. And
That's
I will be
cool.
and I will be presenting them on April 17th for their 50th anniversary of painting him and Roger at the American Airlines.
Damn, that's a big
great.
deal, man.
Big Who fan.
Do you need anybody to help carry the painting in? Or
No, it's
anything
okay.
Like
Sure, on a velvet pillow, painting boy.
So he's been real kind. I mean,
boys. Now it's two guys.
Yeah, that's two guys. But yeah,
I painting. We'll have to
it'll be nice to present that. I'm a big Who fan, so and he was kind enough to.
Yeah, who's not?
Saw them live at Joe Robbie. What was Joe Robbie?
I still call it the Joe Robbie Stadium.
Sure, we oldsters do that. I don't care.
Me either.
In my day.
Yep. Uphill both ways.
Yeah, so that was it. I think you got some other ones there, are there? Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see. You got another.
Oh, that is The Soloist. I would say that was inspired by jazz music, maybe Miles Davis.
It looks like jazz sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It kind of does.
And
all wrong.
All wrong. It's all over the place.
All over the place. Nothing wrong though. No. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, I get my inspiration from everywhere. It could be from a lot of it from nature, depending on what mood I'm in. A dress could be an inspiration for colors that I could want to apply for a certain thing. So I mean, it comes from everywhere.
Do you stay in a mood for a while, or is there I'm going to be dark paintings for a while?
No. It just depends at that moment how it's going to go. Some of the time I'll have an idea of a subject that I want to paint, but that doesn't always go the way I plan, and then I'll just apply the colors, and then I let the brush do the work, and see what comes up, and it makes it a lot easier. Because when I plan, I'm going to do this, it never comes out right, or it doesn't come out the way, and I end up going somewhere else.
Okay.
That one is the last one I just did called Together.
Well, look, honey, it's butterflies.
It's a commission piece, and that yellow.
That's pretty.
Yeah. That yellow dress, right? I mean, that yellow color was inspired by a dress my friend Shannon had, and I just wanted. Because I know what it symbolizes to me, that painting, and what I'm trying to say. But and that's a commission piece. I sold that one before it was even started.
Have you ever heard of anybody being scared to death of butterflies?
I have heard that. I know Angelina Jolie is.
Really?
Idol and me.
And I don't get it.
I mean, butterflies.
It's the most non-threatening animal.
They don't have mouths. They have straws. They're little soft, curly straws.
Yeah.
It's not even a pokey one like a mosquito.
I would scream and run out the door with a butterfly.
Wild.
I would.
Really?
No problem with birds or anything coming near my face, but a butterfly, I'm gone.
What about moths? Same thing.
Oh,
as
same
butterflies?
thing. Oh my
Same
God, I'd scream.
Is it the
Bats?
powdery wings?
Yeah,
that
a
get
bat
you?
got caught in my hair when I was a kid. I
Yeah?
think it's something to do with it.
Huh.
Okay.
Try next one there, Anthony.
All right, there.
That's called Unity. That was just something, I don't know, I had envisioned of doing these bodies going up in flames into the sky or together, and it's the female form, and that was it. It just came about that way.
Now, when you start a painting, do you know what you're going to do, or...
No, I really don't.
get
I mean,
that.
I may think I'll use these colors, but then from where it goes from there, I don't know.
Sounds like Rick when he directs.
Pretty much.
Absolutely. Yep.
So...
take it but breath at a time sometimes.
Just close your eyes and swing, and something will happen.
Oh, that one there, that's Hello Kitty. I did that as a request by a friend of mine. She wanted it for her daughter for Christmas, so I was
Very well done, actually.
did it fairly quickly because I was going through some personal stuff.
Did you get a cease and desist order from the Sanrio Corporation?
No.
Because we're all about cease and desist orders on this show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
I think you probably got like 2 more and then you're done. Yeah, and that's Gotham. I just did. That's a fairly small painting.
Very detailed.
But it's that was that's one of my favorites. I still have that one. I keep that. I like it. I do like
that one too. That's the first time I've seen that one.
It's a bit like George's thing.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
My back,
Yeah, just here.
The Miami.
That is called "Life's a Long Song," from a Jethro Tull song, as a matter of fact. And I got inspired with that. The sky. It was looking very ominous and red at the time, and I'm like, let me incorporate that, and that's the painting that came from that.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And I think the last one that's it. Yeah, we're done.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's put that Theater of Vampires thing up there because I think we're going to close on a few more words about Theater of Vampires.
And with the Livid Kittens of music.
And the Livid Kittens, yeah. Let's play some Livid Kittens, get them going.
No, she calls me Daddy.
All right.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Well,
it's a horrible concept.
I think my work is done here at SoulFlowRadio.com. Now I'm about to go and work on some directing for Theater of Vampires.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Do you have the trappings, the puffy pants?
I do.
The swagger stick, the monocle.
I got this chair. I got the chair.
This is a kind of a directory chair.
No, I got a chair.
He's actually got a chair with his name.
Do you have
on
a megaphone?
I don't have that yet, darn it. You got one? Can we have? All right, we're bringing it. We're bringing it. Now I'm.
Do you have a bell?
People are going to hate
Jehovah's Witnesses.
People are going to hate me even more. All right,
folks. There you go. Your Fort
Well,
Lauderdale Strikers
thank you very
official
much for that.
director's megaphone.
Thank you, everyone, for listening, and I hope everybody does come out to the show because you're in for a real treat. It runs, March 6th till the 21st, 8 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays at the Abyss Theater in Wilton Manors, 2304 North Dixie Highway.
That's exactly right.
Memorize that.
You can get your tickets at www.theaterofvampires.com. Check that website out with some great pictures. You can look at all the cast there, some good pictures of them, and go buy tickets on that same website. So, folks, we'll see you next week, but make sure you come out this weekend. Theater of Vampires at the Abyss Theater. That's it for us. We'll see you next week on SoulFlowRadio.com.
Cheers.
Round and soft, yeah, ready for life.
high atop 1926 Hollywood Boulevard. You're listening to SoFloRadio.com.